Welcome back. And in the second segment of today's show, we're going to talk about the World Forum for Higher Education and Scientific Research, which is currently taking place in Egypt. And we have over the phone Dr. Hassan Waguih, a professor of political science at Al-Azhar University. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon to you.
Thank you so much for joining us. Under the auspices of the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, the second edition of the Global Forum for Higher Education is held from the 8th to the 10th of this month. What's the significance of having this forum and hosting it here in Egypt?
Oh, the significance is that Egypt is considering, as the President said, education and the quality of education is a human right for us and for the entire world. So taking care of education is giving opportunity to others, is giving them an opportunity to have this quality education, not any education, which is an very well-deserved human right.
Yeah, this year's edition is themed The Future in Action. What does this theme mean, and how important is this for the Egyptian education? Is it going to help further things?
Actually, it is very important to have an ongoing discussion regarding the education and how to upgrade the level of education all the time. It is not only a conference, it is a continued effort that should be exerted. Actually, in a time of uncertainty in the world, you know, skills are changing, orientations are changing. Pandemic impacted the whole thing, and I have heard many of the speakers in this conference or this forum. One of them is like the chairman on Coursera courses, and he says that education through long-distance education, Zoom education, call it whatever, after pandemic has increased immensely. This is one aspect, and there are so many aspects to have an eye on the market and to have upgrading the skills, and skills shift, upgrading these skills are very important, and so many issues like that.
Yeah, one of the most important topics that was discussed during this forum was the future and working towards that, where they enable students and young researchers to qualify for future jobs. How can this be achieved here in Egypt, and is the target to the betterment of higher education in Egypt through partnership with other countries?
Yes, you are talking in your very nice question in two axes here. One about future studies and how to have an eye on the market and how to have an eye on the future, and about twinning, about the partnership with other universities. Both directions are needed.
Yes.
When you are trying to talk about education, we have to cultivate in the students and in the graduate research this future perspective. And I think futurology is very important long time ago. And if we have neglected that, or people all over the world have neglected that for some time, it is very incumbent on us all now to have a future vision of education. So this is one axe. And this is very important, and it has its own technicalities. I have been in the United Nations University Millennium Projects, and there are many tools and many skills. This needs to be discussed on the classes, on workshops, and on the educational process at large.
Yes.
And with so many levels. I mean, you could start it out with secondary schools and to higher education. This is not only a hassle for higher education only. No, in advanced countries, this curricula is from early stages too. So this is one axis. There's another axis about twinning and having this international participation.
Yes.
I would think this is extremely important, but it is not the only important thing. I think that we have to have another track with enhancing that international track.
Yes.
We have to enhance one important track, which really cherish the position of Egypt. You know, you don't have any world science called Egyptology.
Yes.
Egypt has its own problems, and the Arab Islamic world has its own agenda and so many competing agendas all over the world. We have to have our own press. We have
Yes.
to our own conferences. We don't have to, yes, we deal with the international circles, but we have to establish our circle. You know, if I see that there is Oxford University Press
Yes.
with all their editors and the prestigious level,
Yes.
why you don't have Al-Azhar University Press,
Yes.
Cairo University Press with the same level? We should initiate that. I would like to say something, please,
Yes, sure.
about from particularity comes universality. We don't have to think about universals and by joining other universities, by asking them help, that's fine, and we can do that. But moreover, from particularity comes universality. Don't
Yes.
forget that Naguib Mahfouz, as a novelist, he never traveled abroad. He never spoke. No, he never used any language, French,
Yes.
English. No, his Arabic and his getting associated with the needs of our people, and it got him to reach to the universal level. You know, Paulo Freire in America. No, no, Bakhtin as a discourse analyst in Russia. When I was at Georgetown University, we were learning about him. Who is he? He is a Russian who died long time ago,
Yes.
but he was engaged in the particularity of the Russian situation and became universal. The West translated all his work. So again, let me stress this point.
Yes.
Parallel to what is being said in the conference, which is great and very good steps, no, we have to also to concern ourselves with how could we become a hub for
Education.
internationalization,
Yeah.
because Egypt deserves this.
Yeah, which brings me, sir, to the next idea of higher education and how there is plans by the ministry to sort of overhaul the higher education institution in Egypt, whereby they're building new universities, but that's not the only goal, not just building buildings, obviously. There are plans for changing and improving the curriculums of different universities. Do you think this is something that can be seen or touched within the near future, or is this something that's going to be long term?
Of course, anything in the world like that, it needs immediate concern, and you can do something about today, and you can have also a long-term process. So when it comes to this, yes, I think that the CESCO Secretary General who attended the conference made very good points about the 4 axes or 4 factors that you are supposed to address here, which is freedom and independence, reliable funding, harmony between curricula and the market needs, and partnerships with reputable employers, in addition to my factor about particularity comes universality.
Yeah, what about the non-profit universities? Like, for instance, the King Salman University, which recently opened its doors. What are your thoughts on these universities? Are they going to be effective in generating young students who will eventually be part of the job market?
Yes, I think all Arab universities, not only this university, are supposed to be a model and an attracting hub for students. And as the Minister of Higher Education mentioned, that there were about 4,600 students as people who really want to go abroad to get from other universities high level and the quality education. I think King Salman University, along with other universities that were inaugurated lately, I think it attracted,
Yes.
as the Minister said, about 2,600 out of this sample of 4,000 something, which is a good advancement, that you really
Yes.
get people to be here and spend their money here instead of going there and having all this money abroad. And at the same time, quality education is being advanced by both the quality of students and the quality of faculty members.
Okay, well, we're kind of running off on time. So Dr. Hassan Waguih, a professor of political science at Al-Azhar University, thank you so much for joining us over the phone and shedding more light on the importance of the forum held here in Egypt. We're going to take a short break and then continue on with the show about this important forum.